for the future, we may have some plans that can help you get onto your college's team. But now we will have these two colleges in front of us as they will open up a round 1 of week 2 of the Rocket Rush Weekly Tournament Series.
All right, let's see what they could provide here for the community and their organizations. Lexi there with the ball, but take a look at the pass. Oh, it's going to be right to the left.
Yeah, it's so close already, and you see it. The experience coming through, it just barely wasn't enough. But as these teams go through in every tournament round, that's going to get better and better. But first, it starts here. You do not want to take a trip to the lower bracket early on. Now, obviously, it is a best of 3. Not a lot of time to adjust, so you got to make those adjustments. As this one off the backboard and a whiff from Coldest. It is not going to go how they wanted to, and that's an early goal opportunity gone by the wayside.
Oh, and look at that. Just a big old boom. Might just have a free goal here if you are McDonald's, and it is there. They have a goal for themselves, and Houston is up here in the running.
Yeah, and you could kind of see one of the members for UTSA just got a little hungry for boost in the corner, but I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we got to finish what's on your plate and not just go for the ice cream in the freezer immediately, as not trying to get something back for his team. And now it's a big question that's going to be asked is how do you bounce back when you go down? As for a lot of teams, I've seen a lot be able to bounce back, and others just crumble and fall. But Lexi is going to bounce back and tie this game up.
Yeah, Lexi able to get that goal there, assisted by Nyah. As we have both of the two teams now neutral on both sides. Here we go, 3 minutes and 35 seconds up on the clock. Let's see what happens here with this kickoff, as it is in favor of the Sam Houston side.
Yeah, and a bit of an awkward one for Salt there, and a bit of an awkward ball for the defense. And Coldest, just as quickly as it was tied up, we have a deciding goal again. Coldest is going to put them up 2-1. And something I was going to point out about the UTSA goal is we saw some physicality coming through. And we know that Rocket League in the meta has been shifting to more favor the aggressive physical styles. And it's going to be interesting to see how teams want to bring that. But going to Old Reliable, a little bit of a passing play, not going to come to fruition here. But Nyah, what do you think about this demo meta? Do you think it's really important that teams get acclimated to it?
Well, I think it's just gonna really determine upon what the teams are kind of set for with their strategies, right? Maybe they'll follow the meta, maybe they'll follow their own game plan, right? So it just all determines upon what they want to do here. Yeah, I think it would be a good idea, maybe so.
I gotta agree with you there. I love an aggressive style. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just playing the most basic rotation shots and just a normal 3v3, the team with the better skills is going to come through. But if you want to spice things up, take a member off the pitch for 3 seconds, make them reset. That is how you put a team into an uncomfortable scenario. Speaking of uncomfortable, McDonald's has an awkward shot, not able to get back to it, and this one gonna be cleared out. Now Salt running amok downfield, gets the pass over to Nyah, off the ceiling, no reset, no follow-up, and they will clear the lines.
Oh, take a look at that. Salt just trying to get to it. Nyah, oh, right to the right-hand side of the post. But it's up in the corner here. Who's going to have control of this? It's going to be Sam Houston, but it's going to be right back into Sam Houston's territory.
Yeah, and you're seeing that UTSA, they're down a goal, but they are applying so much pressure. Sam Houston are holding on, but you got to wonder, when are the dam walls going to break? As Sam Houston finally cleared the lines and have a little bit of offense, but it's so short-lived due to Nyah. He's going to look for a bump on that backside, but a little bit of a miscommunication. No one's going for it. Lexi now blocked away by Coldest. And you can see that Sam Houston, while they are under constant fire, they are managing to stay strong.
Yeah, the defensive game plan here from Sam Houston has definitely been showing up with their efforts here so far in this game one of this best of three. But take a look at this. Salt just trying to have some possession. This is going to be up onto the right wall. Maybe Lexi will try and follow. 1 more minute remaining in this one, but it's to the corner. Salt? No, it's not going to be a goal, and it's going to be taken back with Lexi.
Yeah, and Lexi just trying to slow play this. He knows his teammates do not have boost and just got to be careful. But now a demo Salt trying to pass it down to Lexi. Lexi's shot not strong enough. And that's another opportunity gone by the wayside for UTSA. Now they've got 30 seconds and you've got to go. What do you have in your bag of tricks? You only have a couple of dead bodies after the demo. But now, Lexi just trying to throw it downfield, might have found it. No, it's going to be blocked away by Nyx. 19 seconds left, and Sam Houston are still staying strong. UTSA are scrambling, but a little bit of panic from Sam Houston. No, it's blocked by Nyx. The shot was blocked. Self follow-up puts it back to the net, off the post. Is everyone there? Follow-up blocked. And UTSA now have 0 seconds left. This has to be it. And it's somehow kept up, but McDonald's is there, and he's gonna drop it. And Sam Houston take a close game one.
That is absolutely incredible there. The defensive game plan from Sam Houston State. I mean, there was moments there right up in the end, Shadow, where it looked to be that UTSA could have had a goal up on Sam Houston State. So wonderful defensive performance there from Houston. But as again, I think UTSA could really match this tempo against Sam Houston. Maybe their defensive gameplay wasn't the best there at the start of this series, but you still have 2 more games in this one to shoot back and have a reverse sweep.
Yeah, and I think right there for UTSA, it's just a story of being so close. But ladies and gentlemen, so close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. I mean, they were millimeters away from getting some of the shots in. You saw where Knock ripped a shot and just barely missed it off the post. But
oh yeah,
that's the thing, is it's going to be minor adjustments and you win that game, but you still have to make those adjustments. And speaking of adjustments, we see a kickoff strategy come out, and UTSA say this is the other part of the meta that we've practiced.
Yeah, they wanted to be super aggressive there with their kickoffs, and that is exactly what they did here up in this first engage plan for this game too. Let's see what happens here with UTSA. Will they hold the lead? 4 minutes and 55 seconds. The ball is up, but it is saved by Sam Houston.
Yeah, but now the pressure's still on, and this is my concern, for Sam Houston, is they were playing so much defense last game, and if UTSA are going to get the pressure like that again for game 2, I don't think that they're going to miss this time, as this one thrown to the middle, follow up by Salt off the crossbar. Where's the follow-up? Blocked away.
All right, here we go. Look at Sam Houston State with some pressure onto the side of UTSA Varsity. Maybe the Varsity squad is going to try and push this one back to the Houston side. Oh, they might have some control here. Will it go in? No, it's going to be pushed right to that corner, but the pressure is still showing here from the side of UTSA.
Yeah, and UTSA, Knock gets this one through 3, but no dunk for Salt, as it was barely blocked away by McDonald's. I mean, they say McDonald's isn't a job that pays, but it seems that it's been training him well to get paid here if he's going to play like that all night tonight. But now he's going to get a clear out and not. Just going to slow play this, take some time, take a little bit of a breather as the boys get ready to go. Lexi air dribble over the top, going all the way, blocked away by McDonald's. And it's the man of the hour as he's working for 24 hours. And McDonald's keeps this at 1-0. All
right, here we go. If you are Nyx, you got to try and put some pressure up on that ball, but you're trying to get some boost too, right? I think that's something that Sam Houston State has been having an issue with here up in this game too. If they could rely upon their rotations here, it would be extremely better off for them here up in this game too. But let's see what happens here. UTSA, they've been applying a lot of pressure onto the Sam Houston defense. Maybe they'll be able to get another goal here, but take a look at that. Knock is able to get that.
Yeah, and a nice little shot from Lexi, and Salt will put it home just to make sure it goes in. But a great job by Knock, as you said, just reading the defense and cutting rotation in order to get that beat. And an unfortunate double commit from Sam Houston. And this is what I was saying, is that Sam Houston for the back half of game one didn't play much offense. You're not going to win a game when you spend 30 seconds in the offensive half. You have to try to cash in when you get the opportunity. And now Coldest trying to run a little bit of interference. McDonald's going to be able to throw it to the corner. Result's just going to be there to catch. But Nyx gets the boost away. And watch those boost totals, ladies and gentlemen. We know how important the boost game is, as it can lead to moments like this. But Nyx missed on the flip. He didn't have the boost to get there. And just as we mentioned it comes into play.
Yeah, and that's so unfortunate there for Sam Houston, as they could have had a goal there for their parts. But here we go. They only got 2 minutes and 10 seconds to score a goal, right? So if you are Coldest, you got to try and put this one to your teammates. But they're really relying back up on this defensive game plan. Maybe their strategy is to try and counterattack this UTSA varsity squad.
It's definitely what worked for them in game one. A great point out by you, but that's the problem, is that they're down 2-0. You're not going to get that many counterattack opportunities. You gotta hope you catch the third man out, and you do catch Salt jumping a little here, but you can see that there's always that third member back now for UTSA. They're not making the mistakes that they made in game one. So, Nyah, how do Sam Houston break through?
Yeah, Sam Houston definitely needs to put some pressure up onto USA here. Obviously, there's only a minute and 18, and it's going to be a 3-0 scoreline. So, I mean, the 3 goals kind of depict this one. It's going to be a uphill battle for Sam Houston to kind of climb back up that hill.
Yeah, and you only have a minute and 17. Maybe you're starting to set your eyes towards game 3, and if I'm Sam Houston, what you need to do is you just need some more offense. Is the defense, I mean, it looked great in game 1. It looked decent in game 2, but ladies and gentlemen, they say defense wins championships, but not necessarily in Rocket League, as eventually you do have to score. And when you have UTSA just rotating so well, always having a member back and on the back wall, you got to figure out how you're going to do something differently, whether it's through demos, whether it's through passing plays, something like that, maybe with a little bit of double tap action, as Nyx will score this one and put some life through the Sam Houston heart.
Hey, I was kind of calculating that for Sam Houston. Wonderful positioning there from their side of things. But now it's 3-1, right? 2 goals only are in the reach for Sam Houston now. They can most definitely probably climb out of this hole.
Yeah, they still have 30 seconds left, but you got to get going. And with the amount of offense we've seen in this game, I'm a little concerned, especially when your members are getting bumped off the back wall by Salt. But now 20 seconds left, and you got to score, and that's going in the wrong end. And that will be 4-1 for UTSA, and Sam Houston are just going to have to cut their losses and look to game 3.
Yeah, UTSA really just trying to provide a dominant showing here up in this game too. As the third game of this series, it's really going to show what team is better against each other here. So as the final seconds tick, do you have any predictions in between these two going up into this game 3?
If it's going at the rate it's been going at, UTSA are going to win. We've seen about 45, maybe a minute's worth of offense from Sam Houston through 7 minutes of play. That is simply not going to be good enough at this caliber of play that UTSA are bringing out. For Sam Houston, the counterattacks worked in game 1, but That's the thing about counterattacks, is that when you rely only on counterattacks, you are relying on your opponent messing up. Sam Houston needs to force mistakes like Knicks did with that double tap. And so for Sam
Yeah.
Houston, you got to get the offense rolling, whether that's through some passing plays, some demos, whatever it may be. But ladies and gentlemen, we now have game 3 here in round 1. One of these teams will be taking an early trip to the lower brackets, but neither of them want to go there. Both of these teams may have their eyes set on that $100 final, but right now you gotta look at what's ahead of you. It's game 3 between UTSA and Sam Houston.
Oh, clear. And yeah, almost a goal there that I might have gotten to see, but let's take a look at what Sam Houston State could do here. Will the defense kind of show up for them? Game 2 really wasn't the best with the defensive tactic, but look at that. Salt just powers that right into the Sam Houston territory. The ball is up in the air. Lexi has control of it. Is there anyone there to answer? No. Sam Houston is going to have this possession.
Yeah, and now flipped off the backboard, and Coldest will open up the scoring for Sam Houston State off of a great passing play. And this is exactly what we said needs to happen.
Yeah, this is excellent here as we have one side that was in dire need of goals of that game 2, and now here they are stepping ahead against UTSA varsity. Take a look at that. The pressure just trying to go into the net from the side of UTSA as they're still really making the Sam Houston State side struggle even with the one goal.
Yeah, they're going right back to applying that pressure and maybe getting scored on is the go button, but Lexi's got to go, and he'll get a save barely off the crossbar and out. And Sam Houston, that's one you may want back, as now Nick's gonna have to try to defend against Knock, but Knock's gonna send it into the air. Lexi gonna take over, air dribble, double tap, doesn't have the boost. Knock follow up off the back wall, cleared out by 2 members, but the pressure is still here as UTSA look to get their boost back as the musty from McDonald's into the dunk, and it's not enough. Sometimes the 9 to 5 doesn't pay off, and now McDonald's will take back to the skies, looking for it, gonna be bumped off.
Look at that
shot, and no, doesn't go through.
All right, here we go. UTSA varsity. They want to try and put some pressure on to the side of Sam Houston. And here it goes right to the side. And I think they're going to just try and control this one as much as possible as one was beaten. But take a look at that. McDonald was there up in the mid, but Sam Houston's still rolling with that lead.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It's only a 1-goal deficit, and you have half the game left to play. There is no need to sweat yet if you're UTSA, but the offense hasn't been working unless Salt can get the redirects. He's unable to, and it almost tricked McDonald's enough, but not. Trying to keep the pressure on. But you talked about the counterattacks. You see a little bit of a team bump that works perfectly. But like you said, the counterattacks are going to be really important. And UTSA, they're putting on so much pressure, but they got to be careful not to be beaten. And speaking of being beaten, Knox shot, no! Didn't have the boost to get around it. And that's one you're going to look back on.
Yeah, so Sam Houston, they're going to try and have some more possession of this ball, but UTSA varsity, they're going to try and put some pressure into this Houston territory. And they got to try and put this one right to their players, right? So Knox trying to go for it. As you get to see, Lexi tries to go up, doesn't get much. Salt with the power hit, but now it's back into the side of Sam Houston. So the control and the possession from Houston so far, it's been showing. But I don't know about this one, as that was almost a goal.
Almost, but not enough. Knock with the 50. Nick's gonna just throw it high, but the thing is UTSA still have all the pressure, and Salt's gonna look to take to the sky with low boost, trying to get it over to his teammate. Pinch to the middle, shut down by Nix and cleared out. And Sam Houston, it feels like they're barely keeping their head above water, but they still are. They haven't drowned yet. This one gonna bounce to the middle. Nix ripping a shot. Salt blocks it away. And ladies and gentlemen, 50 seconds left for UTSA.
UTSA definitely needs a desperate goal here up in this. Oh, and it's going to be a 2-goal deficit now.
Yeah, and right there, Coldest just faking the double, and he got Salt to bite on the backboard. That is a great job by Nyx to call Coldest off there. And you can see Salt did not read it all the way through. And now for UTSA, you have 40 seconds left. Salt trying to get it down. Nyx gonna combine with Coldest to clear it out. McDonald's taken to the skies, just gonna throw it, just gonna burn some clock. And ladies and gentlemen, with every second that goes by, that clock is tick, tick, ticking. 25 seconds left to go. McDonald's at the big block away. 2 members up for UTSA, but ladies and gentlemen, if you send 2, there's going to be none to follow up. And that might have just ended the game and ended the upper bracket life for UTSA, as McDonald's looking for a little bit of a victory lap, and Sam Houston will take this series 2-1.
Oh, yeah. This is very interesting now in between both of the two teams heading up against each other for the first ever time. Sam Houston gets a